gymnasium for tonight's WCAL contest between the visiting Bellarmine Bells and the home team St. Francis Lancers. I am Paul Cunningham, and it's my pleasure to be joined tonight by the former coach of St. Francis, Steve Filios. And Coach, expecting quite a barn burner here tonight between the Bells and the Lancers.
Well, I think that no matter what the records are, you never know what to expect in this rivalry. It's a very treasured rivalry, and one where it doesn't matter what part of the season it is. It doesn't matter what the records are. They're going to pull out all the stops, and it's going to be a great game.
Doesn't even matter what sport it is. Whenever it's Bellarmine St. Francis, it's just a rivalry. We'd like to remind you that this game is brought to you by KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsors, the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, part of the Sutter Health Network. Choose your PAMP doctor today. And by Home Instead Senior Care. Home Instead provides the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead, to them, it's personal.
As a busy mom of 3 kids, I find it extremely convenient to access My Health Online. My Health Online's messaging service allows me to keep in close contact with our doctor.
Being able to email the doctor with questions gave us assurance that they do take an interest in the patients. That's why we've been with PAN for more than 10 years and keep adding members, the newest member.
Ever since Dad died, taking care of Mom is overwhelming. I can't do it on my own.
Sure, my mother needs me, but I just want to be a daughter again.
Mom wants to stay in her home, but needs more help than ever. It just can't be me all the time.
Struggling to care for an aging parent? You're not alone. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead. To us, it's personal.
Shot of some of the crowd here for tonight's game. We're just about to get underway. To jump it up for the Lancers will be number 22, Alex Weitzel, and number 32, Jack O'Hara will jump it up for the Bellarmine Bells. And we are just about ready to go here, Coach.
This is going to be exciting, and I think very exciting for the seniors. You notice both coaches going with all senior lineups. I've seen both teams play several times this year, and has not been the starting lineups I've seen, so they're really honoring the night as a special senior night for Bellarmine and St. Francis.
Good to see for both teams. The tip is kicked out of bounds, and it will go to the Lancers. Khalid Johnson, Mike Lauk, Alex Weitzel, Khalil Johnson, and Mike Tripaldi, the starting 5 for St. Francis. Khalid Johnson will bring it up. Looks to drive right away. Fall-away jumper is no good. Rebounded underneath by Jackson Guillaume. Quickly up the floor come the Bells. They'll whip it back across the floor into the paint, and a block inside by Alex Weitzel. Lauk with the ball, loses the handle for a second. Now Lauk now has it. Khalil Johnson, a long three, hits it. Khalil Johnson from the NBA three-point line. Foul called quickly against Mike Tripaldi.
This is going to be interesting for St. Francis on how they handle Vermeer. He's the heart and soul of Bellarmine's lineup. Real good senior leadership and can create a lot, not just in scoring, but in creating for his teammates.
Vermeer with the ball now. He'll take the three, in and out, can't get it to drop. Rebounded by Weitzel. Here come the Lancers. Khalid Johnson gives off to his brother Khalil. He looks to drive, lays it up, can't get it to go. Rebounded underneath by Jack O'Hara. They'll work it around. O'Hara with it to give back to Gales. Gales hits the two.
Good body balance in that shot. Nice patience on Bellarmine's offense.
Lauk with the ball. Gives off to Johnson. Khalid Johnson from the free throw line doesn't go. Rebounded by Guillaume. Mendy passes over to Gales. Gales can't get it to go. Rebounded underneath by Weitzel.
You'll notice both teams use the dribble quite a bit to create opportunities for their teammates, which is kind of the developing style within both college and high school basketball now.
Khalid Johnson gives to Khalil Johnson. Lauk with it, brings it up. Khalil passes off. Stolen away. Vernier with a spin move in the paint, and he's fouled as he goes to the hoop. The foul will be against Khalil Johnson.
Very.
Let her look at it.
You see the steal here and attacking the basket aggressively like Bellarmine likes to. Actually, both teams like to attack the basket, especially in open court basketball, attack it very aggressively.
Vermeer to the line to shoot two. Hits the first. Hits them both. Tripaldi brings it up, gives off to Johnson. 5.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. 3 attempt on the way by Tripaldi is no good. Screened about by O'Hara, and here come the Bells. Drive baseline, dish underneath, layup is good by Jack O'Hara.
Great job of finding his teammate. Once again, using the dribble to create for a teammate.
Bells showing some good quickness here in the early going. Getting their hands out, deflecting the ball out and away from the Lancers. And they're doing good on the offensive boards. Drive by Vernier, no good. Rebounded underneath by Lauk. Tripaldi with a stutter step, goes underneath, tries to dish it out to Johnson. A dish back underneath. Turnaround jump can't go. The short hook by Tripaldi is no good. And the Bells will bring it the other way. 2 on the way is good by Jackson Guillaume.
That's his shot. He loves the corner shots. He also likes to fake the shot and then drive towards the middle from either corner. That's kind of his thing.
With that, a timeout is called by the Lancers. We'll take a look at the WCAL standings, and while most of the WCAL teams, with the exception of St. Francis, have some overall winning records, once you get in the WCAL, it's tough.
There's no doubt about it. If you look at their non-league records, you know, even the team at the bottom of the standings have an outstanding out-of-league record.
Yeah, I mean, St. Francis with a 8-14 record, but 9 of the losses are right here in the WCAL. So you kind of turn into a buzzsaw once you get inside league play here. It will be Lancer basketball with an entire new 5 into the lineup for the Lancers. Nick Keys will inbound it for St. Francis. He gets it into Chris Lewis.
Both teams are not afraid to go to their bench. There's no doubt about it.
Well, and in this league, you have to, another thing about the WCAL, you've got to have some depth, because other teams will wear you down. Turnover by the Lancers over to the Bells.
Looks early that Bells are determined to defend the key. They're giving a little bit away on the perimeter, but anytime St. Francis drive, you notice there are almost all 5 guys in blue in the key defending the hoop near the rim. You know,
Mendy brings it up. Oleg Bodie in the lineup now for Bellarmine. Ken Oleg Bodie. Mendy gets it into O'Hara. Danny Schatzman with the ball. Schatzman going to be called for a 5-second violation. And a turnover to the Lancers. Dylan Tarpening enters the game for Bellarmine. Lancer ball. Chris Lewis will bring it up. Carbonell with the ball. Has it tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lancers. Lewis with it, gives off to Frazier. They go back underneath to Lewis, kicks it out, they'll work it around. Frazier looks to drive off the glass and in. Alex Frazier, his first 2 of the night.
Tough shot, well done, used the glass very well.
Schatzman with it, gives off. Back to Schatzman, they get it to Straka, quickly working it around. Lanier loses the handle and then off of his leg out of bounds. It'll go to the Lancers. Let her look at it.
Squares up, looks for a teammate. Solid drive and the clear out. Use the glass. I think using the glass is becoming a lost art.
It really has become that. You're absolutely right. A reach-in foul looks like called against the Lancers. It's against Nick Keys. Longtime Lancer fans will remember a Lancer who lived by the backboard, Mike Norman.
Absolutely.
Loved to use the backboard.
Well, you know what? For the most part, you use the backboard, you have a better angle, more of a chance of the ball going in than if you shoot strictly for the rim.
Vermeer cans it.
Great body balance in that shot. Use the dribble against his body balance. Got his feet underneath him.
6-point Bellarmine lead. 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Quick foul called against Dylan Tarpening. Lancer ball, Nick Keys to inbound. Puts it into Chris Lewis. Carbonell looks to drive. High arching shot, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Bells. O'Hara with the rebound. Mendy gets it up ahead. Schatzman with the drive, can't get it to go. Rebounded underneath by Carbonell. Nice pass from 2 defenders, gets it to Frazier. Frazier has a shot blocked, out of bounds. Let her look at it. Clean block.
Just clean block.
Mike Lauk to inbound now as he's back in for the Lancers. Goes way down court and gets it in to Khalid Johnson. Johnson looks to drive. His shot is blocked, but he's fouled.
Frazier did a great job of shielding on that play. Just opened up, so he kept the defender on his back where the defender really couldn't get in a good position to help. You see, as the drive goes, see Frazier set that screen with his butt, to be honest with you, and making it very tough on the help side defender to get in any kind of a spot where he could, without fouling.
Johnson gets the home court roll on the free throw. Quickly up the floor come the Bells. Gales gets it down low underneath. Shot is blocked. And the attempt by Jackson Guillaume, the Lancers will bring it up. Khalil Johnson gives off to Khalid. Khalid for three. Can't get it to go. Tipped around the Lancers. Control putback. No good by Frazier. And then rebounded by Vermeer.
Good sign on that possession of St. Francis giving themselves more than one opportunity to score.
Vermeer with a very tough off-balance shot. Gets it to go. He's got 6 points here in the opening quarter. It's a 7-point Bellarmine lead. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Khalid with the give back to Frazier. Puts it up and in. He's fouled. It counts.
Nice give and go.
Let her look at that give and go.
Just Bellarmine's defense all turned to look at the ball. Frazier did a great job going to the rack. Great pass by his teammate.
Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Vermeer. .25 seconds to go in the quarter. There's a 5-second differentiation between the shot clock and the game clock. Vermeer will run it down under 10. Vermeer trying to get open, takes a long three, can't get it to go. Rebounded and a whistle. I believe they're going to call a shot clock violation. If they do, they're going to need to reset the game clock. Well, I'm not sure what the call was.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not quite. I think that the one referee might have thought there was a shot clock violation. I think he might have got a rule by the other that the ball might have hit the rim.
Deep down the floor, layup is no good, just misses.
Great pass.
Heck of an attempt by Khalid Johnson. Could not get it to go. 1 quarter in the books. Bellarmine in the lead, 13-8. Scooby-Doo in the house. Shot of the Bellarmine cheering section. With their various paraphernalia. It is Bellarmine ball and a Bellarmine lead. Gales with the ball. Mendy. Lancers in their traditional tough man-to-man defense. Vermeer into the paint. Short jumper, no good. The Lancers get the rebound.
St. Francis has the original lineup that they started the game with back on the floor. Be interesting to see how.
Going with their seniors.
Notice they're pretty much 5 out as well, trying to spread the floor and get some dribbling lanes to the rack.
Khalil got an open look. Khalil Johnson couldn't get it to go. Nice putback by the Bells. It's up and in. Isaac Gales.
St. Francis can't afford to have too many allow Bellarmine too many possessions like that where they get more than one shot.
Tripaldi with the ball. Gives off to Lauk. Lauk for three. Can't get it to go. Tipped around and the Lancers get it. Khalid Johnson, they're going to say he stepped on the line while he had possession of the ball. And it's a turnover to Bellarmine. Ken Oligbodied inbound for the Bells. Gets it into Gales. Guillaume looks for the drive. Now dishes back. Gales with 2 on the way. Yes. Isaac Gales has 6 points.
Again, the penetration allowed him to pass backwards and pass to a shooter that had great body balance.
Khalil Johnson can't get the 3 to go. The Bells come back with it. Mendy looks to drive in, lays it up and in. Blair Mendy, his first point.
Little hesitation dribble got the defense a little bit off balance.
And a timeout will be called by St. Francis. We'd like to remind you that KMVT Sports would like to thank Homestead Senior Care for their continuing support of high school sports programming. Homestead, to them, it's personal. And Coach, we wanted to take a quick moment, since you're now with the CCS, that there's a change in the basketball playoffs this year where there's actually going to be an open division in basketball.
Yes.
How's that going to work?
You know, the coaching committee got together at the end of last year, and thought about different ways to improve the CCS tournament. And one of the ideas they came up with was to go ahead and have an open division where they would pick 8 of the best teams to participate no matter what division they normally come from, no matter what their enrollment is. They'd put a few caveats on it in that you can't have more than 3 teams from any one division in it, and there's no more than 4 teams from any one league allowed in it. The other carrot with it is the fact that every team that is entered in the open division has an automatic bid to the NorCal tournament.
Oh, wow.
No matter, regardless how they do in the CCS Open. So it's kind of an interesting concept.
So then it sounds like the NorCal tournament's going to be bigger also then, as far as more teams in there?
There will be more teams in there because of that.
Okay. So there you have it, folks, a change in basketball. We'll see how that works out as the CCS unfolds. Lancer basketball, just under 6 minutes to go here in the half. Lancers trail by 11. They got some catching up to do. Ball's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Francis.
Looks like St. Francis put a little bit more size in the game with Eric Morgan's in the game. He's about 6'7", and he also is not a bad outside shooter. I think he prides himself on that, and not only being an inside player, but an outside shooter as well.
Khalid Johnson for 3. He hits it.
Good ball movement that time. The ball plate was on both sides of the floor, shifted the defense effectively.
Oleg Bodie goes inside, gets the shot up, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Better look at the pass for the 3.
The drive, once again, the drive allowed for the defense to collapse on him and allowed for that open shot.
The foul is called on Eric Morgan for St. Francis. Hits the second. Substitution for Bellarmine. Oleg Bodie will leave, and Danny Schatzman will return for the Bells. Mike Lauk will bring it up for St. Francis. 5:25 to go in the half.
Bellarmine's showing a little zone action here. The 1-3-1 zone.
Lee Johnson dishes off to Lauk for a 3. No good. Tipped around and rebounded underneath by Mendy. Mendy quickly up the floor. O'Hara with the ball. Mendy for 3, no good on the air ball. Rebounded by Brian Garrett. Garrett with the ball. Garrett will take a 3. No good. Rebounded by Vermeer. Guillaume hits the 2.
Good body balance. Used the one dribble to balance himself. Squares up. All net.
A 22-11 Bellarmine lead. 4:20 to go in the half. Tough defense by the Bells. Tripaldi tried to get inside and get one off the glass, couldn't convert. Tipped away. Mendy with the ball, gets it to O'Hara. Morgan, tough defense against O'Hara. 3 on the way is no good by Schatzman. And a tough break for the Lancers as Khalid Johnson had it, but stepped on the baseline out of bounds. It'll go back to the Bells.
There's Bellarmine's using O'Hara as a conduit by throwing to the high post and St. Francis defense collapsing. It's allowed him to relaying passes to open shooters along the perimeter.
Three on the way, in and out, rebounded by Johnson. Garrett, nice body movement by Garrett, lays it up and in. Brian Garrett. Nice move there. Gets himself on the scoreboard. Aaron pass, stolen away by Garrett. Garrett, nice pass behind. The layup is good by Eric Morgan.
Excellent attack of the basket.
And a timeout quickly called by Bellarmine. Take another look at it.
You see the steal here on the Aaron pass. Waits to throw the ball just at the right time where his teammate can go ahead and grab the ball and score. So often in the open court, they'll pass the ball too soon, and it will result in nothing.
Very nice job. Very nice job. 3:13 to go in the half. 22-15, Bellarmine. Bellarmine basketball is, take a look at the banners up for the seniors. It's senior night here at St. Francis. Last home game in the regular season for St. Francis. The season goes by so quickly. A foul will be called, and Jack O'Hara will go to the line to shoot two.
And St. Francis right now communicating. They had two guys guarding one, so obviously there was a little mix-up coming out of the timeout of who was guarding who at that point. And Bellarmine did a great job of realizing that somebody was left open.
Foul called against Brian Garrett. Off the glass is good by O'Hara. He called that bank. Can't get the second. Khalid Johnson the rebound.
You notice this 1-3-1 that Bellarmine's using. It's a little bit inverted from traditional 1-3-1s, but they have their big man on the top and a guard down at the bottom.
Three on the way is good by Nick Keys. So the Lancers so far solving that zone and just shooting over the top. They've cut the lead to 5 for Bellarmine. 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Good tough defense by St. Francis. Vermeer gives to O'Hara, back to Vermeer. He'll take the three. Can't get it to go. Khalid Johnson the rebound. Johnson doing a nice job on the boards tonight for the Lancers. They pass to Keys. It goes off the Bells, out of bounds. So Lancer basketball, Khalid Johnson inbound. Goes deep down the floor, and a foul will be called against the Bells. Foul's on Danny Schatzman. Garrett with the ball. Bellarmine back into the man defense now, man to man. Frazier dishes back. Keys drives baseline to Frazier. Frazier will take the shot. Can't get it to go. Khalid Johnson out of nowhere with the rebound. Looks to drive. Nice dish inside to Nick Keys.
Keys does a tremendous job of moving without the ball.
A 3-point Bellarmine lead. Great job by the Lancers to cut into this lead. Ball out of bounds will go to the Bells. Isaac Gales checks back in for Bellarmine. Blair Mendy to inbound. 1:26 to go. Vermeer drives into the paint. Gives back to Gales. Gales short jumper on the way, no good. Rebounded by Morgan. Here come the Lancers. They could tie it with a three. Khalid Johnson takes the three and hits it.
Good spin.
He's got 7 points and we are tied. An 11-point lead by the Bells erased. Drive of the baseline by Gales, and a foul, an offensive foul will be called against Gales. Another look at the three by Khalid.
See the on-ball screen, gives him just enough room, gets a good spin, ties the game. And even better to take a charge on the other end.
All's right with the world right now for the Lancers, yeah. Khalid Johnson brings it up. Gives off to Keys. Keys, ball tipped away. Gets the handle back. Frazier with it. Nice move by Garrett. Oh, tries to get a little too fancy in getting the ball to Morgan.
It's a great attack at the basket.
Yeah.
2-foot stop there. That's what he wants. He should be doing there. 2-foot stop, hit his teammate like he did earlier on the 2-on-1 in the open floor.
Blair Mendy working against Khalid Johnson.
Cleat's doing a great job putting pressure on the ball here.
Foul's going to be called against the Lancers. That'll send Isaac Gales to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Khalid Johnson. 12 seconds to go in the half. Lancers don't have a lot of time. He'll take a very long three. Can't get it. The ball is tipped. Keys has it. Keys lays it up. It goes! He's fouled. It counts!
He should be shooting a free throw, yep.
Another look at it.
Keys is just one of those scrappy players, gets his hands on things, moves his feet constantly, gives himself that, some opportunity. Opportunistic, I guess you'd say.
Yes, he was. The Lancers were halfway into the locker room, and the ref called them back, saying you have to have 5 players on the floor. Keys to shoot the free throw. Shot is up and good.
You see where Bellarmine didn't secure the rebound, he just kept it hands active. Created another opportunity.
Like you say, he's extremely active without the ball, and it certainly paid off for the Lancers there. We are at halftime. St. Francis in the lead, 26-23.
My parents are really slowing down. I feel bad I can't always be there for them.
How do I choose between caring for my mother and caring for my own family?
I've been looking into the options, but Dad doesn't want to leave his home. What do I do?
Struggling to care for an aging parent? You're not alone. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead. To us, it's personal.
I was at a fire department training, and I had these shooting pains when they just shot right up into my temples. I went to Palo Alto Medical to follow up with my doctor. He found a heart murmur. It turned out to be an aortic aneurysm, which would have killed me had he not caught it.
I don't really like going to the doctor, but I truly like going and seeing the guy. He's a great doctor, and he saved my life.
Shot of some of the fans out on the stage. We're just about to get underway here in the second half. It'll be St. Francis basketball, and they have a 3-point lead at the moment over the Bellarmine Bells.
Be interesting to see how Bellarmine responds after the giving up the 11-point lead. I didn't want to use any bad language there. But they did have an 11-point lead, and now they have a 3-point deficit, so see how they respond.
Khalid Johnson whips it underneath to Morgan. Morgan can't get it to go. A fight for the ball, a whistle, and a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Bellarmine.
Real good possession by St. Francis that time. Showed a lot of good patience. Used the pass quite a bit. Kept Bellarmine spread. Just couldn't convert. Good attempt though.
Blair Mendy brings it up for the Bells. Vermeer, who had 6 points in the first quarter and nothing in the second, gets held. Wow. And a foul called on the screen. Foul called against Jack O'Hara.
Yeah, interesting call, but the Lancers won't complain.
No, not at all. Khalid Johnson with the ball. Drive to the hoop, off balance shot, can't get it to go. The Bells take it away. O'Hara with the ball. Three attempt on the way is good by Jackson Guillaume. He's got 8 points.
You know, he played, I won't say sparingly, but not a lot in the first half. But I think that, you know, in seeing him in other games, he's an interesting wheel in the cog.
Shot no good by Johnson. A whistle, a foul called against St. Francis. Foul on Eric Morgan. That's 2 quick ones he's gotten here in the third quarter, but they're only his first 2 fouls of the game.
Notice both teams came out in the third quarter with mixed lineups from what they started the game with.
Shot on the way is good by Isaac Gales. Hits the 3 and pushes the Bells back into the lead, 29-26. Frazier with the ball. Frazier looks to drive. Gives to Keys. Frazier thought he saw an opening, didn't. Oh, nice pass to Morgan. Can't convert. Bellarmine ball. Mendy thinks about it. Over to the side. 3 on the way is no good by Guillaume. Lancer ball. A nice spin move, turnaround jumper is no good by Garrett. Ball's tipped, the Lancers get it back. Nice job by Keys to get a hand on it. Frazier with it, into the paint, shot is up, no good, tip back up is in.
Frazier's great job. A lot of work on that possession, paid off.
It's a 1-point Bellarmine lead, 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. Vermeer for 3 from behind a screen, no good. Rebounded by the Bells, Mendy has it, gives to O'Hara. Mendy looks to drive, stops. Gives to Gales. Spin move. Vermeer with the ball. Vermeer looks baseline, nothing doing. Good defense by the Lancers. Mendy, jumper on the way, no good. Rebounded by Khalid Johnson.
Good job by St. Francis limiting Bellarmine 1 shot there. Had excellent blockouts. Protected the rim well.
Lob pad, they thought Frazier was going to roll to the hoop. He didn't. And it's a turnover to the Bells. Vermeer gets it low to O'Hara. Harris spin move underneath. Reverse layup attempt, no good. Whistle, foul call.
Nice job by O'Hara that time. Every other time he's posted, he's kicked back out. That one time he used the spin, you can see he did something a little bit different that time. And now he's got Morgan's 3rd foul in, 4 minutes?
Yeah, Morgan's going to have to come out now. O'Hara having his struggles from the free throw line.
They're just being a good guest and making sure that the game stays, you know, very
relatively
competitive.
Close.
Yeah.
There you go. Makes the second one. It's a 2-point lead for the Bells. Khalid Johnson will bring it up. Mike Lauk with the ball. Johnson Short jumper, no good. Rebounded by O'Hara. Mendy with the ball. Loses the handle, bounces it off of Frazier out of bounds.
That time a little bit out of control. I'm not sure what the purpose, you know, and he got bailed out by the, at least he used a good sense to knock it off someone else's foot.
Blair Mendy to inbound. Gales off the glass, yes.
Well played.
Isaac Gales has 11 points to lead the Bells. 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's now a 4-point Bellarmine lead. Khalil Johnson with the ball. Get it to Weitzel. Baseline drive, foul will be called as Khalil Johnson gets himself to the free throw line to shoot 2.
He's so explosive along the baseline. You see the ball swung here, his brother finds him, and he's got to step on his defender right off the bat. He's just so explosive.
Foul's on Jack Era, that's his 3rd foul. Girl hits the first. Hits them both. A 2-point lead again for the Bells. 3 minutes to go in the third. Guillaume gets it to Mendy. Mendy finds an open shot, takes it. Khalid Johnson again with the rebound. He is just piling up rebounds for the Lancers. Khalil off balance, blocked, partially blocked by the Bells, out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Lancers.
Bells didn't play. Nathan Thomas playing center for him right now. He did not play in the first half. Brings a little bit more size on the defensive end of the floor.
Mike Lapp with it. Lee Johnson dishes back. Frazier jumper on the way, no good. Rebounded underneath, and the putback is good by Alex Weitzel. His first points of the night, and he ties the game up.
As we mentioned before, the team that gives them, more than one shot on possession usually has the advantage. And early on, it was Bellarmine. Now St. Francis find a way to get more than one shot of possession, or at least get fouled.
3 attempt by Gales is no good. Lancer ball, Khalil Johnson, drive to the hoop, no good. Rebound underneath, put back is no good by Weitzel. Tipped around, Vermeer comes out with it. Mendy with the ball, looks to drive, a burst of speed. Dishes it out in the corner, 3 attempt on the way is no good by Guillaume. And a foul will be called in the backcourt against the Bells.
Wholesale substitutions, we didn't have a complete line change that time. I just think 2 for each team, but.
Trying to keep them fresh. 1:36 to go here in the third. Chris Lewis will bring it up. Pass to Morgan. Morgan can't get it. Tipped around, it's Bell ball. Vermeer looking to work down low. Nice dish off to Eric Straka. Straka couldn't get it to go.
Both teams taking their turns at missing those bleeders down in,
Khalil has a chance, puts it up and in. Khalil Johnson.
Pretty good body control in the air there.
Absolutely, he's got 7 points, under a minute to go here in the third. The Lancers retake the lead. Oleg Bodie is fouled on the way to the hoop. KMVT Sports presenting sponsor is the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, part of the Center Health Network. Choose your PAMP doctor today. Ken Bodie to the line to shoot 2. 41 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Can't get the first one. Hits the second. Lewis brings it up. Lauk with the ball. Got a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Khalil Johnson with the ball. Lancers will work it down. They get it low to Morgan. Morgan loses the handle briefly, gets it back. Nice pass to Lauk. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Weitzel battles underneath. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Francis. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. The shot clock is off. They get it out to Khalil. Not a lot of time. Khalil got to get a sense of urgency. Long 3 on the way, no good off the front iron. And 3 quarters are in the books. The Lancers are in the lead, 34-33. Fourth quarter action just about to get underway here. The Lancers own a 1-point lead and possession of the basketball. Khalil Johnson with the ball. Lauk with it. Lauk pulls back. Now drives in. Off the glass. He's fouled. It counts.
Good use of the glass. And he had a good body balance in the drive. He wasn't out of control.
Let her look
Puts
at
him
it.
on the drive. Uses the crossover. Good body balance off the glass.
His first points of the night. Clock can't get it to go. Rebounded by Gales. Mendy with the ball. Bodie. Try to get it low to Vermeer, stolen away by the Lancers. Lewis to Khalil Johnson.
A little too slow to develop on that last play.
Khalil off-balance shot, can't get it to go. Rebounded by O'Hara. Vermeer stops, now drives, loses the handle. Over to the Lancers it goes. Lewis looks to drive, will put it up. He fouled, it counts. Chris Lewis, his first points of the night.
I think when Chris gets the ball, he uses a little change of pace dribble when he gets the basketball. That's the last possession with
That's Lauk from before.
And now this one, look at that, uses a little change, just a tiny little bit of change of pace to get the defender off him.
And the last 2 times down the floor, both times the Lancers, 2 different guys scoring their first points of the night on eerily similar drives. We'd like to remind you that this game is brought to you by Homestead Senior Care. Homestead, to them, it's personal. And the Palo Alto Medical Foundation. Choose your PAMP doctor today. 7:05 to go in the game. The Lancers own a 5-point lead, 38-33. Shot of some longtime fans here at St. Francis. Enjoying tonight's contest, I'm sure, at least at the moment. Chris Lewis attempting to complete a 3-point play, and he does so. Jackson Guion brings it up for Bellarmine. Partially tipped, but O'Hara able to control. Mendy with the ball. Mendy with a spin move into the paint, dishes back. Gales with the ball, now back to Mendy. Gales will take a three. He'll hit it. He's got 14 points on the night for Bellarmine. Grant Vermeer, a key player for the Bells, has only 6 points. Carbonell into the game for the Lancers. Lauk will drive to the hoop, plays it up and in. Michael Lauk.
Lauk went from both sides of the basket now in the last 2 minutes of this quarter. Once with the right, once with the left. It's going to make it tough on Bellarmine to decide which way they want to force him.
Gales can't get that three to go. It's rebounded by Weitzel. Carbonell will bring it up. Six minutes to go in the game. Lauk for three. No good. Carbonell tips it. The ball's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lancers. Khalid Johnson to inbound. They go deep to Frazier. Johnson with it. They try to give to Frazier. Tipped around. The Lancers will get it. Frazier will look to drive. Lays it up and in. Great court presence by Alex Frazier to see that lane and take advantage of it.
St. Francis doing a really good job attacking the basket right now.
Dion drives to the hoop, puts it up, it's blocked, but a foul will be called.
See ball fumbled around. Puts his head down and goes, realizes he's got O'Hara off balance, and takes advantage of that.
And the block underneath, but with the body, he got him. Dion can't get the first. Dion has 8 points tonight for Bellarmine. They trail by 7 now. Make it 6. .5:15 to go in the game. Khalid Johnson drives, dishes off. Weitzel has the shot blocked. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Lancers. Better look at that.
Again, attacking the basket, but that time looking for a teammate.
Ball's kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lancers. Nick Keys inbounding. Get it into Khalid Johnson. Carbonell for three, no good. Rebound underneath by Keys. Nick Keys has 10 points. Down the other end, a foul will be called against the Lancers.
Great offensive possession for St. Francis. See, again, they got more than one shot out of it, out of possession. They're a little bit slow at identifying, getting down the floor in transition.
Nice job by Nick Keys to get himself into a position to get that rebound. Can't get either, tipped around, and Bellarmine will control. Gales with the ball. Mendy with it. Drive to the hoop. O'Hara is fouled. It counts.
Rolled back down and reverse pivot and did a very nice job of that. Probably the mistakes that St. Francis left their feet. Had they stayed down and just kept hands in the air, they would have gotten. They might have still given up 2 points, but they wouldn't have given up, the 3-point opportunity. So
Sheriff with the free throw, gets it to go. Completes a three-point play. It's a 5-point Lancer lead. 4:24 to go in the game. Frazier with the ball. McKees for three, no good. Misses badly. A trip and a foul will be called against the Lancers. And it'll be, I believe, against Morgan.
He was open on that shot, but I think that they have to also recognize clock now. They've got 4 minutes left in the game with a 5-point lead. Milk the clock a little bit. Know that you've been able to get the ball to the rack or create a shot for someone by driving. I think that it can't get away from that too much.
That's the 4th personal foul against Eric Morgan.
And of course, this isn't good either in the fact that they're putting Bellarmine on the line with an opportunity to score without any time going off the clock. So
Danny Schatzman hits his first free throw. His first point of the night. And he hits them both. Khalid Johnson will bring it up. A 3-point game now. 4 minutes to go in the game. Nice spin move by Khalid Johnson, up and in. He's got 9 points. Gales looks to drive, now he'll bring it back out. Shot by Gales is good.
Good body balance on that shot. Squared his shoulders right to the rim.
16 points for Isaac Gales. Khalid Johnson probing that defense. Frazier with it. Lauk will take a three. Can't get it. Rebounded by O'Hara. Mendy with the ball. Premier dishes off. Gales for three. No good. Rebounded by Khalid Johnson. For one of the smaller guys on the court, he's got to be close to double in rebounds. And a timeout will be called by St. Francis. A break in the action. 2:55 to go in this contest. 47-44 St. Francis. Some cruise ship women up in the upper deck. Must be time, almost senior break.
The love boat.
Yeah. Spring break coming up. Lancer basketball, 2:44 to go in the game. Lancers own a 3-point lead. Khalid Johnson looking for a screen. Double team. Finds the open man. It's Morgan. Morgan steps back, takes a shot and hits it. Eric Morgan. He's got 4 points. And a foul will be called against the Lancers, against Khalil Johnson.
See, he gets the defense going one way with his dribble, reverses the dribble, he back the other side. Morgan does a good job with body balance and not running over his defender, although the defender was trying to sell that.
Mendy to shoot 1-and-1, can't get it to go, rebounded by Lauk. Tough defense by the Bells. 2 minutes to go. 10 on the shot. Johnson off balance. Shot is in! Khalid Johnson with a contortionist shot. Has 11 points. Mendy, spin move. He's fouled, it counts.
They call him for travel, I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I believe they call him for travel on that.
I am sorry. It was not a foul. It was actually a travel.
This shot is just great athletic ability. Bellarmine really defended it pretty well. Great ability to hang in the air and still shoot.
And a timeout called. 1:46 to go in the game. 51-44 St. Francis. Tie-dye for the Bells. And the clock is not in their favor at the moment. 1:46 to go in the game. They trail by 7. Stolen away by the Bells. And a foul is going to be called against St. Francis.
Looked like Vermeer came from behind and just kind of punched the ball out, kind of like defensive back in football.
He sprung it loose and gets Jackson Guion to the line. And while Grant Vermeer not doing a lot of scoring, had no scoring since the first quarter, it's the little things that he can do to keep the Bells in the ball game. The Bells need to hit their free throws. Hits the second. Guion has 10 points now. Khalid Johnson quickly up the floor, dishes off to Khalil Johnson. A foul will be called. It looks like it'll be against Vermeer. We'll see who it does. Another look at it.
Real aggressive drive by Khalid. Oh, yeah. In his efforts, it looked like Vermeer, in his attempt to try to take a charge on an off-balance Khalid Johnson, he went ahead and moved into him.
And Khalid is hobbling after that foul, and will have to come out of the game. 1:37 to go. Not a bad foul to be taken by Vermeer, as they need to get St. Francis to the free throw line at some point potentially.
St. Francis called timeout. I think Coach Meltil wanted to ensure that they didn't get a 5-second violation on that. It wasn't looking good.
No, it was. They were not able to get the ball in. So a break in the action, 1:37 to go. 51-45, St. Francis. Winding down here in the final couple of minutes of this game. Mike Lauk to inbound for St. Francis. Ball's tipped, and the Bells have it. Mendy with it. Nice patience by Vermeer. He hits it! Grant Vermeer, who hadn't scored since the first quarter, hits a huge three for the Bells. Another look at it.
See, great body balance on the pump fake. Waits till the defender sail by him.
Nice poise, yeah. Nice poise by Grant Vermeer. That's exactly what the Bells need, is for him to get hot. 1:26 to go in the game. 51-48 St. Francis. Banana Man in the house.
Bellarmine's ready to go bananas if they hit another three.
They are. The Lancers are looking to peel it.
I think a real key possession for St. Francis here. You know, their point guard's out of the game with an injury. The other's got to take up the load. They don't want to give up a turnover.
Khalil Johnson. Ball's tipped out of bounds. It should, oh my, they're going to say it went off Morgan. And it'll be Bellarmine basketball.
They're getting going just a little bit too fast. Might have been tipped off Dion there. Got a hand in there, bang, bang play. Tough one for referee to call.
Lancers need to show some poise here now. The Bells trail by 3. Mendy with the drive. Shot is blocked. A nice job by Alex Weitzel. But good pressure in the backcourt by the Bells. They're not giving St. Francis anything. They get it across, intercepted. Stolen away by Schatzman. Bellarmine basketball, under a minute to go. Tip back, Mendy with it to Gales. Gales drives, dishes back out. Schatzman, the scoop underneath, no good. Rebounded by Frazier. Lauk with the ball. And a foul will be called in the backcourt. Wow, fast and furious action.
And maybe a little bit too fast. Certainly on St. Francis in their possession before, where they just got going a little bit too quick and been a little bit too greedy. Remember, possession of the ball is the key in the last minute when you have the lead.
The foul is on number 22. Danny Schatzman. Schatzman will come out of the game. O'Hara will come back in. Mike Lauk to shoot 1 and 1. These are big free throws for the Lancers. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Bells. See if they try to get it to Vermeer.
And they don't need a 3 here. They still have time.
Vermeer had a brief look, now has to bring it back out. Still trying to spring himself open. Leans in for a 3. He's fouled on the lean in. He'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Tough call. I mean, he's initiated. I would have to think that how much did he initiate the contact here? Frazier's in a good position here. Probably should not have left his feet, but again, I think that Vermeer's thrown his body into Frazier. I beg to differ with the official on the call.
That's a tough call.
But I get to see it in replay.
Vermeer hits the first. He's 3 for 3 on the night from the free throw line. He can tie the game if he can hit the next 2. 24 seconds to go in the game. Can't get it. He has one more. Makes it a 1-point contest.
Paul, did I mention anywhere during the game that these are always exciting games between Bellarmine and St. Francis, no matter what their records are?
Exactly. From the very beginning, we knew this was going to happen, and indeed it has. Shot clock is off. The Lancers do not have to take a shot. Lauk with the ball, and he is fouled.
Bellarmine did the right thing there. Pressure the backcourt, make St. Francis get it over half court, then they take the foul.
Lauk is 0 for 2 from the line tonight.
And it is still just a 1 and 1, so he's got to make this first one.
Yes. Big free throws for Mike Lauk. Hits the first. That was huge. Makes it a 2-point game.
I would think that, it's not a bad thing to have your quarterback of your football team who's been through a lot of pressure cooker situations be on the line in this situation.
Hits them both. Ice water. And a timeout. No timeout. Vermeer with the ball working against Lauk. 11 seconds. Mendy with it. 6 seconds. They've got to get a shot up, and a timeout is called by Bellarmine with 2.8 seconds to go. We'll keep it right here.
Kind of surprised that Bellarmine used an awful lot of time to set up with a 3-point shot. Obviously, they didn't. The players that had the ball in their hand weren't comfortable in the positions they were at.
Clearly, in practice, you've worked situations like this, trailing by 3. Is Vermeer their go-to guy in this situation?
Vermeer, but Dion's not bad either, and certainly, I think any of the guards have the ability. The thing that surprised me a little bit is that usually you'll go ahead and try to drive it in the key to collapse the defense a little bit and move along the perimeter and kick it back to them for a good shot. Now I'm not sure they're going to have enough time to do that.
With 3.5 seconds, no, there's not a lot of opportunity to drive and kick back, so If you're the Lancers, do you guard the three-point perimeter and give them the two-point shot?
Absolutely. You just stay right on the perimeter with them, or you take a foul, put them on the free throw line. You know, make sure you don't foul them on a shot, but as they're catching it, take a foul, put them on the free throw line. There's two schools of thought there. A lot of coaches don't like to put the other team on the line, but we'll see what Coach Motil decided.
What would you do?
I think I'd play defense.
Okay.
But again, as you mentioned, you D up all along the perimeter. You don't care if they make a layup. Anything inside the arc is not going to hurt you.
So the timeout ended. They came out. St. Francis took a look at how the Bells were lining up, and St. Francis takes a timeout. So a chess match going on. And this time we will break away. 3.5 seconds to go. 53-50, St. Francis. Story of the ball game, 3.5 seconds and a 3-point Lancer lead. The Lancers look to guard the perimeter. They'll give up the 2. They'll guard the 3. Shot on the way, 3 is no good. As Danny Schatzman took it, and he could not get it to go, and the St. Francis Lancers win. Another look.
Gets a decent look. Just off the rim. St. Francis defended pretty well.
Had a look, had an open shot, and just could not get it to go. And St. Francis with a hard-fought victory over the Bellarmine Bells, and they come away with a 53-50 victory. A typical Bellarmine St. Francis ball game. We'd like to thank our producer-director, Bobby Chastain, Tim Erskine on camera, and the rest of our crew, Janet Wu, Nieces Flag. We'd like to thank St. Francis High School for allowing us to bring you this ball game here tonight. We'd like to thank Joe Schramm for always supplying us with all the stats we need to bring you these contests. If you'd like to view any game online, you can at the website there, KMVT15.org, and you can also order DVD copies. For all of us here at KMVT, for my close friend, former coach Steve Felios, I'm Paul Cunningham. We'll see you next time.